Now it's time to bust a few other myths. Didn't that show go off the air, Mythbusters, I think? Well, let me bust some myths. I feel I already did on the tax issue just now, and now I want to get into guns. Do you know that the more guns we own as a society, the reduction of the murder rate? I want to prove something to you. Go. Okay, the murder rate in the United States per 100,000 people based on FBI data, 1960, you can see through the line chart, and today, really 2012. It's almost identical. Now let's go to the next chart. Now look at this. This is key. This is crucial. Guns per person versus gun homicide rate, 1993 to 2013. Guns per person way up, 0.94 to 1.45 per 100,000. Guns per 100,000, 0.94 to 1.45, the straight black line going up. Now look at I'm a little colorblind, is that blue or green? Doesn't much matter. Turquoise, we'll call it. Now look at the turquoise line. Homicide per 100,000. 1993, 7.0, 2013, 3.6. Does this not give the lie to the entire propaganda case that's been made by the media and the left? That there's too many guns out there? No, there's too many guns in the hands of criminals. In other words, there's too many criminals out there, too many gang members out there, too many people coming across the border, MS-13 and so forth. We need a little bit more law and order. But guns, per se, if you look, not only have nothing to do with the rise in crime, it may be counterintuitive to a lot of people, but it reduces it. It's because when people can protect themselves, or potential criminals or real criminals know that people can protect themselves, it's not lost on them. They get it. Next chart. Now this really hones in, doesn't it? Number of firearms versus gun homicide rate. The number of firearms since 1993 is up 56%. See the turquoise line? Now look at the black line. Number of gun homicide rate down 49%. Now that's changed somewhat in the last year given the attack on law enforcement by the federal government and all those other issues we've discussed at some length. But before that was taking place in any significant way, look at this. So firearms do not result in a higher homicide rate, even with guns. This is crucially important information. Now let me ask you this. Do you think this will matter to any politician in America? Do you think this will matter to the House of Representatives where they did that ridiculous sit-in while they were ordering pizza? No. It won't affect their thinking, whatever. Again, it's like the earlier charts when I was discussing taxes and wealth and so forth. This is about ideology. This is about an obsession with ideology. And the left will never give this up because they have to create these divides. They have to create these myths to rally people, to scare people, to voting for them and supporting their pathetic policies. And so, no. The more handguns or the more guns in the hands of more people does not result in a higher homicide rate. The more criminals results in a higher homicide rate. And again, the wealthier people in this country are paying the overwhelming majority of net taxes, particularly when you consider government benefits that they receive. You learned two big things today. Now, are you scared to talk about them? I'm not. I just did. You scared to talk about them with your family, your friends, your neighbors? Don't be. Don't be. We are an army of truth tellers. So go out there and tell the truth.